live streams. I hope everyone's doing well and you're feeling good. So if you're new to my YouTube channel, my name's Jonathan and I help people. I'm a mentor and a teacher. And I guess you could break it up into 3 different categories in how I help people, just to be descriptive. So I help people to change their lives. Another example is I help people who've got anxiety to build confidence so they can live a positive life. And I also help people to manage and deal with their anxieties and their stresses so they can enjoy their life more. So within that description, I pretty much do all those things, and there's a lot more things in there, just to be clear, because obviously those of you that are new to my channel, now you've got an explanation. So if you're someone that's got anxiety and you've always wanted to build confidence and be a better person and live a better life, then subscribe to my channel. I'll help you to do that if you're committed. I upload regular videos, shorts, long. I do regular live streams. You can also follow me on Instagram. I put up client testimonials. I put a lot of positive videos up for people that want to change their life. I kind of break it up into, I guess, 3 or 4 obvious categories in no order. So the first is health and fitness, going to the gym and eating a healthier diet, but without putting pressure on yourself. So let me get some water actually. Speaking of pressure, sometimes when you have a coffee, you struggle to breathe. The actual coffee gives you a sort of an anxiety and excitement. Sometimes it's a bit overbearing, and I didn't want it today, but there you go. Hey Timmy. So, and I'm a little bit tired from the run yesterday. Such a good day yesterday. So yeah, I break it up into 3 or 4 categories, and these are pretty much areas that most people, if you get to know them and speak to them, these are the areas that people struggle in, that they want to improve. So it's the gym, it's training, it's exercising, it's eating a healthier diet. And then it's, career, work, doing a job that you enjoy, starting your own business, or if you're not employed, seeking employment, or if you have worked for a company and you do enjoy what you do, but you struggle because of your anxieties and your doubt, then you want to get more confidence so you can perform better at work. So whether you've got a job, whether you want to start a business, it doesn't really matter. The principles I'm teaching are the same. It's how to build more confidence, how to be a better person, how to have less anxiety. The more control you've got over your anxiety, the more confidence you have. And of course, everybody wants to have more freedom in their life, more peace. They want to feel more secure. So these are all the ways in which you can do that. So so we've got fitness, training, diet. We've got work, career, there are 2 categories. And then there's obviously relationships, people, our relationship with our family, with our friends and people in general. That's a massive area where people struggle. And if you want to improve your life, change your life, then you've got to improve at some point. You can't really escape it. You've got to improve your relationships with other human beings. We need one another. And you've got to obviously start on improving. Hold on a second. Sorry, I'm in the middle of work. Sorry. No, I wouldn't worry. This happens every week. They do this every Thursday. Sorry there, gentlemen. Speaking of anxiety and control, just the neighbours did the alarm there. So back to what I was saying. These are the main areas that are pretty straightforward in regards to naming them and being aware of them. But obviously, working on these areas, it takes discipline. it takes confidence, and that's why I've said having a daily routine in place is really important. It helps you. You can get questions in, guys and girls, during the stream, and we'll try and answer them. Yeah, apologies about that. There's a lot of fire alarms that go off. They do a lot of testing, and it's a bit annoying at times, but that's life. And these are the things that you get better at dealing with. Actually, that's why it's good to go to the gym. Because I was saying this to a client the other day that I was mentoring. You know, there's challenges that come up in our daily life, challenges that are outside, and if you're in a more positive place and you're going gym and you develop more patience, you can deal with things better, you know, whatever those things are. So back to what I was saying, having a daily routine in place helps you, massively helps you to build confidence and to change your life. Because to change your life, you've got to have confidence to do that. Because without confidence, you're not going to have. Because, you know, I like to sometimes break things down. You know, what is confidence? You know, confidence is mental and emotional strength in one's ability, in being able to perform, you know, having the confidence to leave the house, having the confidence to go to the gym, having the confidence to communicate with people, you know, having the confidence to help other people. You basically need confidence to, you know, to live, to go to the gym, to exercise, to train. So it's all basic areas. But people that are lacking confidence at the moment, and don't feel bad if you are, because you can build your confidence up, and that's what these streams are for. You know, that's what's missing, because then they don't learn, or they don't understand how to manage their anxieties or their anxiety, how to get past negative thoughts so they can perform better. And when I say perform, I don't mean like, you know, you have to perform for people to like you and things like that. I'm not talking about in that way, no. I'm talking about like being able to live your life, you know, if you want to do things. So let me give you some examples of areas of my life where I struggled growing up, when I had severe anxiety and I didn't have the confidence that I've got now. So little things like dealing with people, you know, things like I didn't have any confidence really. I couldn't really speak to people. I was so shy and so scared, and I had so much self-doubt, and I was sensitive and very weak. Sorry, I've got to stretch all this weight's very weak mentally and emotionally. So I didn't really have the confidence to do things like make a phone call and pay a bill, or, you know, go into a shop, for example, and buy a suit. I was too scared to do that, or, you know, book tickets or get on a plane or take a trip somewhere. You know, things that are normal things to do that make your life happy, simple things. But these things are very difficult for me because I had such high levels of anxiety, worried about getting embarrassed or, you know, upsetting people or making a fool of myself. So after many years of living like that, I got really depressed and I got into a bad place. So okay, that's great. All right, Tim, nice to meet you. I'll get to your question in a second. I probably will be answering your question as I'm sharing my story now, right? Really appreciate you coming on. Be great if you could subscribe. I can help you more, hopefully. So I just got sick and tired of always being anxious, lacking confidence, and not being able to basically live a positive life. Live what I would say a normal life, which I saw everyone else doing, which everybody deserves. I really feel that. So I couldn't really communicate with people. I couldn't travel. I couldn't go to the gym. I couldn't do regular things that I saw other people doing. Like, you know, for example, you say like your friends go out for a dinner, or they go and book the cinema or theatre. I couldn't do these things because I had such bad anxiety. You know, there were times where I struggled to get a job. It wasn't because I didn't want to work. I wanted to work. I liked working hard, earning a living, and contributing. But I couldn't do these things because I had such bad anxiety and depression, and I was just such a scared person. So when I got to a really bad point, I just decided that I can't do this anymore. I can't live like this anymore. And that's when I started to go out and face my anxieties. And through that process, my confidence started to improve because I got into the habit of having a routine daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, where I was challenging myself. Anything that made me frightened, in healthy moderation, I'd take it on. So I was scared of going to the dentist again because I was scared of people. I was scared of the dentist itself, and I was afraid of these things. So doing these things, is the audio not working? Hopefully the audio is working. So doing these things gave me confidence, but I had to get into a routine and a habit daily of, waking up, taking a shower. Okay, you just have to bear with it at the moment because sometimes it happens with technology. There's not much I can do, so I'm doing my best. So I got into a habit of living my life basically. That's kind of another explanation to make things simple. People that have got bad anxiety and depression, usually in my experience, and I know this, they're not living their life fully. They've stopped themselves from living because they're scared of living their life. Understandably, I understand it's not easy when you're stuck in a negative cycle, and having a bit of anxiety is not that difficult to someone that's got a lot of anxiety and they've been in a habit of avoiding living for a long time. They're just kind of existing. So they're not going to the gym. They might be working, or if they go to work, they're not really communicating with people. They're not really expressing themselves. They're not exercising. There's lots of things that they're not doing because the anxiety is making it difficult for them to do. So like I said, once I got into that routine of saying, right, okay, well, I'm scared of job interviews. I want to get a job. So I made a commitment to go to a lot of job interviews and develop my confidence in that area. And I did that and I got more confident, eventually got a job. Then I said to myself, I'm going to start to improve my confidence with people because I had a lot of social anxiety from the anxiety. So I started to communicate with people more, my friends, my family. And when I joined the boxing gym. It took a little bit of time, but it gave me confidence with people. And boxing training gave me confidence, exercising and training. And that confidence I was able to transfer into all areas of my life and eventually overcome all my anxieties. And like I said, looking back now, it's having that routine. That's why I say to all of you, write down on paper a daily routine, and it will become natural. It will become a habit that you'll build and you'll enjoy it. You'll have more confidence. You'll get less anxiety. Now, basically, my goal is to explain to you how to get yourself out of a bad place into a good place, because that's really another explanation of overcoming anxiety, because some people actually don't know what recovery looks like. They've got an idea, but they might actually not know what is actually what they want when they arrive there. And I was a little bit like that as well, because some of the ideas that some of you have are going to be false. They're not going to be accurate. They're going to be just ideas that you got in your head that are not really going to match up with the reality of what it feels like when you've overcome anxiety. And overcoming anxiety doesn't mean you're not going to be perfect. None of us are. And you're still going to get anxiety, but you're going to have the confidence to not let it stop you living your life. And there can be a lot of areas of a lot of peace, which is great. That's why I'm trying to share my story, give more people hope. If you get into a habit of regularly living a positive life and doing positive things, going to the gym regularly, eating healthy, spending time with your family and friends, and putting your time, energy and effort into your work, your business or your career, whichever one is correct with you, whether you work for a company, you get better at performing, at enjoying work, whether you run your own business, You get better at that. It's basically getting into a good place. If you're in a good place mentally, then you enjoy pretty much all the things that you do, if that makes sense. So it's really about simplifying your daily habits by having a daily routine, which consists of positive things like socializing, exercising, and working. They're pretty much the three categories, and obviously you can add some things onto that. Traveling is a great way of enjoying your life anyway, building confidence and getting past anxieties. I've never met a person in my life who's had severe anxiety that is not anxious about traveling. And I used to be the same until I overcame it. I've helped many clients to overcome that anxiety, to improve it. So it's all these things that are simple, and all of you know this already. I'm sure that you know it, but sometimes you need reminding of the mistakes that you're making, and obviously to put those mistakes, correct things that you're not doing. So having that routine every day is life-changing. And obviously, you've got to be patient with a routine, because you're going to get days where you're going to enjoy. We all have good and bad days, but it's still important to have that routine. I call it the daily discipline routine. I sometimes call it the daily gratitude, because you should, at some point, without putting pressure, you will have more gratitude when you've got a routine, and you've just ultimately got better mental health. And I just want to make a point of saying, it's not only people, quote unquote, that have got an anxiety problem that should have a routine. This is for everyone, or anyone that wants to change their life, as I said. It's just that I know that a lot of you on this channel, anxiety is predominantly your main problem. It was the same for me, which is why I got into helping other people with anxiety, because I could relate to it, having it. I've got that compassion for people. I know what it's like on the negative side, but I also know what it's like on a positive side to overcome it and change your life. And I'm here to tell you that there is hope that you can do it, if you're willing to put the time in and have a routine and commit and work on these habits that will build your confidence. Because anxiety is mainly a confidence issue. It can be a mental health problem for sure, but confidence is what you need to build, and confidence is what anybody can build. I think a lot of people that lack confidence and have lacked confidence for so long in their life start to believe that they can't ever gain confidence, and that's not true. If that was true, then I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. My advice with regards to your question for dealing with shame and guilt is to build your confidence again. It's the same answer pretty much for all of your questions. All these different questions, and I understand why you asked me that, they all come back to having the routine. Again, it's just focusing on a simple thing. All these other things will improve when you've got that routine, with things like, feeling ashamed and feeling guilty. That again comes back to confidence. So I would say go to the gym, exercise more, have that routine, spend time, a certain amount of time that you can with your friends and family, and work on your career. If you've got a job, or you go to work, or if you're studying at uni, have a positive attitude, work on improving how you live your life. And the more you improve that, the more these things will naturally improve. Now, of course, if it's really strong, then think about doing some therapy or mentoring. Get extra help and support. I need to make a point that's really, really important. A lot of people I see who don't change their life, they don't invest in mentors, in getting help and support from me or a therapist or a teacher or a group, and that holds people back. I've said before, I couldn't have got to where I got to on my own. I got mentors, I invested in courses, therapy, coaches, teachers. I've had all sorts of mentors along the way. Some of them have been boxing trainers, some have been a psychologist, more of a therapist, business, coaches. So I've invested myself, and got the value and the benefits. Because if you try and do everything on your own, the likelihood is you're going to fail, because none of us can do everything on their own. So it is really wise to do some mentorship, to help to get some coaching, do courses that are going to help you, and get help from other people that have got the experience and that have succeeded in these areas in their life, that have made progress. That's really, really important, because if you try and do this on your own, it's just too much to deal with. You get overwhelmed. So I'd really recommend that within having a daily routine at some point. And, for example, my clients that I mentor, they make a lot of progress because they've got that support from me, and I've got experience. I've been mentoring people for 12 years, and I've also come from a background of anxiety, shyness, having a lot of mental health challenges, and I've made massive progress and turned my life around. So all of you can do it, but like I said, you need the right support in place. And that's why having a daily routine is you learning how to give yourself that support and practice these positive habits that will give you the confidence to enjoy your life, lower your anxiety, and then also having an extra set of hands, having a mentor like myself, or finding a mentor that works for you, that you trust, that you feel comfortable with, having that relationship, that extra support. Because like I said, when I started out on my journey, these were the things that I didn't have, and that's why I was failing. I wasn't getting past my anxiety. My life wasn't improving because I didn't invest in a mentor, and I didn't have a daily routine, and I was stuck on my own for a lot of the time, and I weren't going out doing things. I weren't socializing. I weren't going to the gym. I didn't work on finding a career that I enjoyed and pursuing that career, and I didn't travel, and I avoided a lot of stuff. So of course my anxiety got worse until I decided I got to make changes in my life. So I started to get mentors and take courses and go to gyms and go to meetup groups and do things myself that frightened me, and that's when I started to improve. And that's obviously over time. It took a little bit of time. Things will take time, but time goes quick. As you know, you're wasting your life anyway. So every day's passing. So you might as well put that time into something that is going to change your life, and you're going to value and appreciate your life. And of course, to not put pressure on all of yourselves, you just work at things daily. You just do one thing at a time. So you don't compare yourself to other people that might be a lot further ahead than you are, because it's not a competition. It's you, really. It's you not putting pressure on yourself, but comparing how you were last week to where you are now. And as I've said, I want all of you to experience this, hopefully, and you will. There's many times in my life where I'll be sitting somewhere and I will really appreciate where I'm at, because I will remember it weren't that long ago how I used to be. So if I'm having coffee in a coffee shop, I'm having a nice conversation with the waiters that work there, and I'm just feeling relaxed and happy in myself, I remember the days where I couldn't do that. 10, 15, 20 years ago, I couldn't go out on my own. I weren't comfortable in public places. I couldn't go to a coffee shop and order a coffee and sit there because I was so nervous and anxious. So when I look back on how far I've come, it makes me feel really, really grateful. So you'll be able to do that. Or for example, when I go to the gym, I can go to the gym and really enjoy the gym, appreciate people there and not feel insecure, not feel embarrassed and ashamed and guilty or worried as to what people might be thinking about me. I'm not in that mindset anymore, but I remember when I used to be like that. So that's the change. That's the change in confidence. That's the change in having a positive routine and a lifestyle. And all of you can do that. Let's read that. I thought I was doing well for myself and wrecked a lot of things when I was going for myself. Now I'm having a hard time adjusting to a lot of these things I've been through phases in my life, okay? I appreciate you saying that. So what are some of the things that are challenging you? Perhaps I can make some videos and give you some more help and support if I can answer your question now. But like I said, I understand people ask questions and that's what these streams are for. But a lot of the answers that I'm going to give you, they're not going to be quick fix. And I know that sometimes people get disappointed, but you've got to see the positive that it's going to take some time to build these habits. Some things are quick fix, but most things are not. Oh, okay. No, I understand that. I totally understand that. I'll make a video on that. When people are going through anxiety, I understand, and it can be. It's not always though, but it can feel like that. So you're right, it can feel complicated because you've got a lot of challenges at the moment. There's lots of things that you're worried about, lots of things that you're maybe not wanting to deal with. But when you get that support, as you said, when you've got that therapy, that's a huge, or you've got mentorship with me, which is very similar, but it's kind of different what I do, but there is therapy involved. This is therapy now, we're talking support, emotional, mental support. You're able to break down things that feel complicated because complication is really anxiety. It's just another way of explaining it. It's being overwhelmed. It's having lots of thoughts in your head. And that's why having a routine helps you. If you're dealing with anxiety at the moment and things that are stressing you out and it's complicated up here, because obviously we do have challenges in our life, whether they're financial, they're health challenges, they're relationship challenges, or they're a combination of all of them, dealing with loss. These are things that happen in life. They're inevitable at some point. We all go through it. Exercising helps you to deal with that. It's finding habits that can help you to cope with your anxiety so that you can build your confidence up. Now, just to let all of you know, if you're interested in booking a mentoring session with me, I do sessions that are therapeutic and that they really help you and give you that support. I do them on Zoom. You can book a mentoring session, a paid session on Zoom, and I also do sessions in person. And of course, it depends on what you want, what would work for you, and what would also work for me. If you want to book a mentoring session, my email address is below all my videos and my live streams. It's not on this one. I'm going to add it today because I went live today. I wanted to do it, get things rolling quickly. So you can go about booking a session and get that extra help and support from me. And I can help you. You know, you can talk to me about what is bothering you, what's holding you back, and we can create a strategy, a plan of action to get you through your challenges. And as I said, sometimes it's not even a case of me giving you an actual solution, but it's a case of me giving you that extra help and support you need to talk about the anxieties or the things that are bothering you. So either way, you'll get that extra help and support. And that's what people need. In order to build confidence, in order to overcome anxiety, in order to change your life, in order to live a positive life, you need mental and emotional help and support. It is simple. When you boil these things down, it's simple. But when you're dealing with a lot of anxiety, it feels like it's complicated, but it's not in practice. Now, I'm not saying that means it's easy. It's not easy. It's not always easy. Now, it's not going to be hard every time. So there's going to be periods where it's going to be really difficult, changing your life, building your confidence up, managing your anxiety. Absolutely, for everybody. My clients, myself, everyone. That's just human nature. Everyone relate to that. But you're going to have periods where you can enjoy it, where it's going to be easy. And that's when a lot of people will usually say, well, how comes it's so easy for that person and it's so difficult for me? And it's because you don't know what they've been through. They've worked at it. They've been practicing for a long time. They might be in a better place than you right now. It doesn't mean they're better than you. They're not. No one's better than anyone. But they're in a better place. They've been in a habit of doing it. And so can you get into that place. There's hope for you. So it's really about having a positive attitude. And that's why I really wanted to explain today the process in which someone builds their confidence and changes their life, and all these things are relevant, right? Basically, let's make it simple. People with anxiety want to change their life, and at a certain point they don't have the confidence to do that, and they want to have confidence because it feels good to have confidence and to have that humility and to be happy. So in order to build confidence, you need to train. Now, training can be going to the gym. Yeah, that's a brilliant way of doing it, a way that I love doing it. It's not the only way though. Another form of training can be working with your mentor or your therapist. That's also training. When you're sitting down, and this is a form of training where you sit down, you join a community, someone lectures you, helps you, supports you, you get things out, you work things out. It's training, communication. It's a therapeutic way of exercising your anxieties and your stresses and building your confidence up. So you can train through actual physical training. You can go running, which I think is brilliant. I love running. Running is amazing. If you follow me on Instagram and YouTube, you'll see that I run most days. I love running. I enjoy running anyway, but when it comes to building confidence, when it comes to overcoming anxiety or any anxiety or stress or challenges in your life, running has got to be one of the best therapies out there. And then there's also boxing, which is just equally good. So boxing, training, running, swimming, weightlifting, all these things are really good for building confidence, really good for improved mental health, really good for learning how to cope with anxiety at any stage in your life. And then, as I said, mentorship, relationships, communication, what I do with my clients, so powerful for overcoming anxiety and building confidence. You build confidence through communication. A lot of people who at the moment lack confidence are lacking confidence because they don't communicate enough with other human beings. And they haven't worked to improve in their communication skills because of the anxiety getting the better of them. Anybody who practices communicating with people, my values are always be honest with people, within respectable reason, respect people, be patient. If you practice your public speaking skills, your whole communication skills will improve dramatically. You'll become more confident at speaking on any platform, whether that's you'll be confident with your family, with your friends in person, when you're talking to someone that's serving you coffee, doing a live stream. That's good, those alarms stop. Hopefully I've simplified it today, because that's important, because it is simple once you get into a routine and a habit of doing this. It really is, but it can feel complicated if you don't have a daily routine, you don't have the extra help and support, because sorry, there's a lot of noise, because you're worrying, you're in your own head, you're thinking too much, and when you're in your own head, everything feels complicated if you've got lots of anxiety. But when you go and exercise and you calm down, it doesn't feel complicated anymore because you're more clear, you're more relaxed. So confidence is also learning how to relax in situations more. That's another example of one of the benefits that you get. And that's what people want. They want to be more relaxed. So exercising helps you to relax more. Socializing, enjoying your life more and having a routine of waking up. You get into a routine, don't you? You wake up in the morning, hopefully you make the bed, you brush your teeth, you take a shower, you eat your breakfast or you do your fasting, whatever works for you. You leave the house, you go for a coffee, you go to work, or if you're running a business, you work with your clients, or if you're looking for what on a day off, you spend time with family, you get into that routine. And the more you practice that routine, the more you start to, the more you start to enjoy your life. So for everyone on this stream, just so that you don't lose the information, I would write down today a list of to-do things daily. and you'll get better at doing it. Trust me, you'll be so thankful when you do this. When I figured this out, I was so thankful. My clients are. It helps you to simplify your life. It helps you to enjoy your life more. It helps you to cope with your anxieties. And if you do this for a long time, you will make massive progress. Certain anxieties you will completely overcome. Other anxieties, you'll get better at dealing with them. And this is all an explanation of having more confidence. So having a daily routine helps you to be more confident in life. And if you keep practicing it, you'll build more confidence. And that daily routine should consist of some exercising, obviously, and support and socializing and enjoying time with friends and family and mentors and groups. And that's really the basics of it. Anything else is a bonus. Right, we're going to end it today because I've got to do other work on my business, and I'm going to go gym later on. I hope that helped all of you. I will be doing more live streams, possibly later on if I've got time in the evening, more videos. So I hope that helped all of you, and good luck with that. And this will be continued. All right, have a great day. Thank you for coming on. I'll speak to you soon.